Alright, so this is going to be a video about BlackBerry's new phone, and it's called the BlackBerry Venice, or Venus, or Vence. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's Venice. And why is it so popular, or why is everyone been talking about it the last couple days? Basically, it's an Android phone that runs, it's BlackBerry's Android phone, and I think it looks really cool, look-wise. Here it is. You have a SD card slot and a SIM card slot at the top, which thankfully we get an SD card. Thankfully, a phone that has one besides LG. Here's the back of the phone, and it has a slide-out keyboard as you can see in the front. Um, it's actually going to use on-screen Android buttons. If you're wondering why there's no BlackBerry buttons there, I don't really use BlackBerry, so I don't know much about it. Except I know that their keyboards are supposed to be the highest quality, like the best feeling keyboards, and like people that have Blackberries, I heard that the keyboard you really get used to it, and you don't want to go with anything that doesn't have a Blackberry keyboard. Here it has the camera on the back, which looks pretty good. I'm not sure how many megapixels it is. Probably 13, I believe, is what I read, but you never know. And this picture's kind of blurry, so it's kind of hard to see. It says fast focus on the lens there. And as you see, it has a dual flash, kind of like the iPhone 5S did. And yeah, you can see that in both pictures, but still. Not, I think it says 13 megapixel iOS, or OIS, I meant. I'm so used to talking about Apple because my last video. And this is what excites me. And if you don't know what this is, that's stock Android. And it looks to be a curved screen if you look at the right and left sides. There's a little bit that got blurred out there. I'm not sure what it was. Could be fake, like that part's right there. I'm not sure. This looks pretty real though, and it's very light skinning. The only like skin parts of Android, there's not really a skin on here. There's probably BlackBerry apps that come on it. I would not be surprised if BlackBerry Messenger comes on here, and this is just using the stock Android launcher, which if anyone can find the APK file of, I would love to use that because Google Now Launcher does lag on my tablet, and I have to use Nova, which every so often I have problems with it where I'm accidentally move an icon, like the app drawer gets deleted accidentally every so often. So I would love to find the APK file of just the pure Android launcher, kind of like this one, and I believe uh, some other phones are using. The Contacts app, the Messenger app, they've all been changed. Same with the camera apps. The phone app seems to be the same, but it looks really nice. There's just a stock widget there and WhatsApp at the top. Here's the side view, and that's probably our volume up and down, and in the middle we get a power button. I believe it is. I'm not sure. But without the keyboard, I'm not sure how thick it will be. Since it's thick, I hope we could get a big, long-lasting battery because most BlackBerry people are business users. That's why those business users also go for the Note phones because they tend to last a long time. And I'm not sure how big the screen will be. I'm guessing it will be pretty big because for business use, for showing spreadsheets, and maybe this could be the first time BlackBerry is thought of as a non-business brand, like a brand for the average person to get. Why am I not freaking out about the buttons right here? Well, if you have an LG phone, I've learned that anything you can get used to over time. So it's kind of like the LG ones where the power's in the middle and the volume are on the sides of them. But instead of the back, it's on the right side. And I'm not sure what that line is there. These are pretty low quality pictures as this one is. It's from the other side. It could be a power button or a I'm not even sure what it could be. I believe the OnePlus 2 had a notification button, like to turn off notifications, kind of like the iPhone does. So I always like that about the iPhone. There's just things about the iPhone that are better on there than other phones. Um, this is something that has been changed. And if you don't know what this is, well, it looks to be the recent apps list. 'Cause I see a close all icon at the top. And I like it at the top because I don't close it clear that often, but normally I go to press the um, resnaps button again and to close the menu, and I accidentally press clear all, which annoys me. I don't really close out of resnaps that often, but when I do, it's always nice to have a clear all option. But this seems to be a mix between Lollipop's cards, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically here, that, it's that, and the one you get on HTC phones. Basically, I like this style, but it does have a bit of lag on some phones, and simply, I'm more of a fan of what's it called? This style. I like the one off of Android KitKat a lot more than the new one. It's sometimes it's fun to just scroll through this. I'm not gonna do it all right now because I'd probably get distracted. But it seems to be a nice looking phone. And there's some words at the top in the right side or the left side of the notification thing. I'm not sure what it says. It could probably just be some notification icons, but I'm not really sure. Honestly, what do you think of this phone? I think it could be a phone that other people besides non-BlackBerry fans could buy, and a lot of people seem to be excited from it. And would I get it? Probably not. I'm pretty happy with my G4, which I've talked about recently because that's my main phone and I like it a lot. But if for anyone looking for a new Android phone, or if you have an older BlackBerry and you want to get into smartphones a little bit more, this could be a nice step into them. And it's probably going to run very well because the closest stock version of Android. And that's all I really have to say about this. I think it's better than BlackBerry OS, so it will take some time getting used to if you're used to that. But it will have all the Android stuff, all the Android apps that you tried to sideload will be naturally on here because you see the Play Store at the top, even though it says connection timed out, which they probably just need to sign in and or restart the phone or something. But what do you think of this? I think it's really good, and I could seriously see people thinking of BlackBerry as a brand like Samsung or LG or HTC as like a main phone brand, or Apple or any of them as like a main phone, not just a old person's phone with a keyboard, or a business phone, or an old phone is what basically BlackBerry could not. This is what Nokia should have done instead of going with Windows, making all those shitty phones, which are not shitty. They're just they don't have a lot of apps, and some of the things about the operating system aren't that good, but this is what BlackBerry or Nokia should have done as well. Make an Android phone with all the features of their classic phones. So that's all I really have to say about this. I think it's really cool looking, and bye.